No, we won't. My smile widens. Marin, I need you to listen to me very carefully. The next morning, my heart races and the battle brief room buzzes with a mixture of excitement, trepidation, and outright fear as we take our seats. Ree and Rydok claim the spots to my right, while Marin holds a seat empty for Cat between her and Traeger. To my left, keep an eye on him, Ree orders Eric as he escorts Sky and the other first years down the steps at the edge of the room. Eric nods, and I notice Baylor and Lynx covering their backs while Sloane and Evelyn lead the way, keeping Kai protected at every angle. I've never done this without a notebook. I brush the dust off the desktop in front of me as Kat works her way down our row. I'm sure our things will be sent, Ree says. At least I hope they will. Guess it depends on how the assembly takes the news that Riorson didn't heed their wishes for the riot to return. He doesn't have to heed their wishes. Kat slides into the seat next to Marin and pulls her braid over her shoulder. He's not just the heir to Aricia anymore. He's the Duke of Tyrrendor as of 8 this morning, according to my uncle. Thank you, Amari, it's signed. I shift my weight, looking for a position that takes a little pressure off my lower back, and breathe deeply to try and slow my heart rate. You all right? Ree asks, her eyes narrowing in a group out of Navarre's fourth wing as they fill the seats ahead of us. Fine, I roll my neck. Just didn't get enough sleep last night and now I'm paying for it. Because you took my fucking pen. The second year ahead of us seethes, lurching over the seat of the girl next to him. You always take it, and I've had it. He snatches the pen and settles back into his seat. I shoot a look at Kat's smug face. Don't what? I was just testing things out. She smothers a smirk. You said we couldn't tell anyone, not that we couldn't play. Marin snort laughs, and I can't help but fight my own smile. At least she's not fucking with me, and the Navarians do kind of deserve it. Welcome to Battle Brief, Devira announces as she descends the steps to our left, and the room falls quiet. I understand you've been led by Colonel Markham in my absence, but that ends today. She reaches the raised stage at the base of the room and leans against the table. Even if we only have one day with our Flyer colleagues, we will be proceeding, Professor De Vera. The auburn-haired professor of the Fliers, Kiandra, all but runs down the steps, and our squad shares quick glances as she conveys something to De Vera behind her hand. Excellent, De Vera says, smiling wide. For everyone who doesn't know, this is Professor Kiandra, and she'll be leading Battle Brief with me from now on, given the news that our nobles are back in active negotiation for an alliance. A roar of approval overpowers the disgruntled Navarians. When did you tell your uncle? I asked Kat about 20 minutes ago, just like you asked. She answers, he works fast, which means we have a matter of minutes. I drum my fingers on the desk and stare up at the inaccurate map of Navarre. Everything's about to change. With that in mind, De Vira's air voice, and we quit down, let's discuss structure, to keep it easy. You stay where you have always been. If you find it awkward to serve in a squad with those who made a different choice this fall, then feel free to lodge your complaint with Malek. That's not fair. A third year yells out behind us. With the addition of the Fliers, third and fourth wings are considerably larger, which gives them an advantage during war games. Yes, Devira tilts her head. Get over it. We're not playing games anymore. We're preparing you for war. Do you think they forgot what happened 2 weeks ago? Rydok whispers. I think it's possible they forgot what they had for breakfast. Ree replies. First and second wings will only be smaller until the rest of the Flyer cadets arrive from Cygnison, Devera continues, at which time you will welcome them. Fuck. The guy ahead of us sinks lower in his chair. Next issue, we have too many wing leaders among us, Devira continues, and I glance over my shoulder at Dane, who stiffens in his seat a few rows back with the third years. It has been determined that leadership shall align with the wings. Population, she lifts her eyebrows. Therefore, Iris Drew, you retain leadership of first wing, or Abinhaven retains second wing, while third wing remains with Lyle Sterling, and fourth wing will be led by Aetos. Thank gods. The room explodes in applause and shouts of disagreement. This matter is not up for discussion. Devira's magically amplified voice shakes the desktop, quieting the room before she continues. If you are unsure who you report to or if you're still in command, a full list of cadet leadership will be posted in Commons this afternoon. The briefing room door flies open and slams into the wall so hard I hear stone crack as we all turn to face yet another commotion. Violet Sorrengail. Colonel Aetos shouts from the doorway, his face a mottled shade of red as his narrowed eyes search the briefing room. Here, bracing my hands on the edges of my seat to fight a sudden wave of dizziness, I rise to stand as four riders follow Aetos in. Vi Rhiannon whispers. No one say a damned thing, I reply under my breath. I'll be fine. You are hereby charged with high treason against the Kingdom of Navarre. Maybe not. The mission accomplished. Trap, and there it is. The moment we all thought Violet had finally outsmarted the system, seeing the squad pull off the wardstone heist was peak Iron Squad energy. They did the impossible, they tweaked the wards, secured a future for the Fliers, and for a split second it felt like the revolution actually had a chance. Violet's relief is palpable here, especially seeing her siblings, Mira and Brennan, finally standing on the same side of the line. But in the world of Bastiath, hope is usually a precursor to disaster. The shift in power, the transition to the battle brief room the next morning feels like a victory lap. We see the political landscape shifting in real time. Cat is smug, the Fliers are officially integrated, and for the first time it feels like the riot has teeth. But pay attention to Violet's physical state, the dizziness, the lack of sleep, she's running on fumes, and that's exactly when she's most vulnerable. She thinks she's won a tactical battle, but she's forgotten that she's still playing a game where the rules are written by people much more ruthless than her. The heart-stopping twist then, the doors fly open. The way the stone cracks under the force of Colonel Aetos's entry is a perfect metaphor for Violet's world-shattering. This isn't just a reprimand, it's an execution order. When Aetos screams high treason, the atmosphere doesn't just change. It dies. The tension here is insane because we know Violet is guilty. She did break the law, she did risk the kingdom, and now the very family she just reunited with might have to watch her burn. The final theory and call to action, the big question now, who talked? Was there a leak in the squad, or did leadership have eyes on the ward chamber the whole time? Tyrn says the dragons won't let them be executed, but can even a Morning Star dragon stand against the entire Navarian army? This cliffhanger leaves Violet between a rock and a very literal hard place. What do you guys think? Is Xaden going to show up in time to stop this, or is Violet going to have to manifest a new power to get out of these chains? Drop your theories in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that follow button for the Chapter 4 breakdown. The storm is officially here.